Let's talk about this bullshit.
I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary. Head down in the weeds.
That I see all over social media talking about your employees will never care about your business as much as you do. So you should just accept that. You should just know that. This is a foundational truth. It is crap. Think about it. If this is a statement or a mantra that you're going to start anchoring to, guess what? You're never going to let go. You're never going to trust your employees. You're always going to feel like you need to double check, triple check, and micromanage things because there's this narrative running in the back of your mind that nobody's going to care as much as I do about the employee. My name's on the joint. Could not be further from the truth. I get phone calls, emails, and open coaching hour in the law firm admin boot camp from employees that are working nights and weekends, that are answering calls from clients, that are trying to get billing out on a Saturday because there's not enough time and they want to make certain that we get paid. Your employees tell me they feel like they care about the business more than you do. They're losing sleep over it, over the clients, over the conversion, over the cash flow. They care. So let's just burn the boats and not subscribe. Let's flip the script that your employees, when you're hiring, right, when you have a great culture, that they will care as much about our business. They will use terms like our clients, our law firm. They will use terms like we, our goals, and things of that nature. Pay attention to the next time your team members talk. They use language like this and they're losing sleep over it. So when you flipped your script about this and change your mindset about that and think about it like, wow, my team really cares about it. And I expect my team to care just as much about our clients and our business because there's something in it for them. Then you don't constantly go on witch hunt looking for disappointment. Then you don't have this underbelly layering emotion of lack of trust. I see the emails. I hear the conversations on both sides from the attorney and the team members. We get to this place where we're growing, where I'm letting go of trust, that I'm letting go of control, steps in the process. I'm beginning to replacing myself. And then I see attorneys just throw a dirty bomb in the room where they create all this chaos and go on a witch hunt for where people are dropping the ball on the process for little things, and then they start evidence gathering for the worst. They start having these secret spreadsheets where they have to track and measure every single thing. On Saturday mornings, they're going into the CRM while they're sitting on the soccer field and looking at the past 10 clients that pop in their mind and make sure that everything was checked. I don't see that a note was, I know I talked to the client on Friday and I don't see that the notes entered in, and then they start information gathering. Don't believe anymore that your employees don't care about your business, about your law firm, about your clients, about your reputation, about your cash flow anymore. They do. Almost to their detriment. So when you're getting employees that are working nights and weekends and working late, and you're getting emails from them, maybe they're not complaining. I'm not talking about overwhelm and stress and what have you. That's an opportunity for you to clone them if you're not seeing that in other employees. That's an opportunity for you to get really deeply curious about that with them and say, what parts of the process, where am I not carrying my weight? We all have job descriptions as entrepreneurs, as visionary, and if you're an attorney still involved in your process, where you're seeing clients, where you owe the file and what have you, maybe go and ask your team members about where am I not carrying my weight in my job description within the firm? And be quiet and allow for them to talk and to give you valuable information. If they say nothing, then they're not invested. Maybe you haven't created a safe place for them. If you're an attorney who's feeling completely frustrated that your team members don't care, then you might want to look at yourself and see where maybe rooted in that is lack of trust. And you're not willing to trust your team. So you're always going to believe that you need to white knuckle the process of production, the cash flow, what have you. Your team members care. So Gary Vee and all these other Instagram people and what I see on Facebook all the time, I keep seeing this meme, this quote, this statement about this over and over and over again. And it is total bullshit. So don't even subscribe to it. They care just as much because guess what? When they care just as much, they see a future. They're a lifer because they have KPIs, because they understand your why and their why. They have bonus structures attached to it. They have growth goals attached to it. So of course they care as much as you do, especially when you're working in a law firm, especially when you're working for maybe a small law firm, solo practitioner, what have you. They're proud to be part of that. They want to be part of that. And so take stock of what your mindset is about your people. Because if you subscribe to this bullshit, you're never going to trust your people. You're never going to let go of control. And maybe you're not wanting to let go of control and micromanage because you're deathly afraid of what you need to do and what's required of you to up-level. So if I let my employee handle this one step of the process, yes, there might be head trash that the clients hire just me as a brain surgeon and the guru or what have you. They're not going to get the same level. Try it on because your employees care. But really what I see at the underbelly of that is fear, embarrassment, because it requires you to do something bigger as a visionary and entrepreneur, maybe that you haven't tried. So I feel like I need to keep my eye on everything. I feel like I need to have metrics of everything. Maybe you're addicted to chaos and stress all the time. Maybe it's because you don't want to up-level and go do the next thing it requires to grow and scale this thing, to eventually sell this thing. So get really, really, really clear. Number one, take stock. Do I feel like my employees really care as much as I do about this firm, about the clients, and about the results? If not, then you need to go back to step one and maybe do an employee growth plan with them and re-interview them to see if they're the right person on the bus, or maybe they're the right person on the bus but in the wrong role. And then check in with yourself if you're subscribing to this mentality and where it's rooted in lack of trust, where it's rooted in control freak is how it comes out, where it's rooted in fear because you're addicted to the chaos and the stress and the need to be needed or what have you, and you don't want to do the next thing that you need to do to level up. None of it's wrong. What do they say? Step one is awareness. But then step two is giving voice to it and having a conversation. If you do not believe in the heart of all hearts that your employees care just as much, and in fact, this is a new mindset that you are adopting, because they do. I see it every single day and every week in the law firm admin bootcamp. So if you're struggling with this, reach out, let's have a conversation, and give me your A player and put them in my team so they can, in my law firm admin bootcamp, so they could turn the rest of your team into people who lose sleep over your law firm and your clients because they cannot wait to get to work on Monday morning because they know what to expect in this weekly stakeholders meeting, and they cannot wait to hit their KPIs and their weekly goals because they are very, 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 very clear on the role that they play to reach their goals, and they're excited because they're empowered and invested, and they're not waiting for the other shoe to drop because you don't everything that you believe that they don't care, which manifests itself in control freak and frustration and blow ups and disappointment and lack of trust and icky energy in your firm, which is why we're not reaching our revenue goals.
I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary. Head down in the weeds.